All right, so we're looking at the geometric progression. Under geometric progression, we're saying a geometric progression is a sequence in which each term is formed by multiplying the previous term by a constant amount. So for us to have the next term, we're supposed to multiply with a constant amount. And that constant amount is called the common what? Ratio. Now listen, if you have 4, for me to get the next number here, I'm supposed to multiply. Let's imagine that our common ratio is 2. So what happens for me to have the next? What am I saying? We're saying that the sequence is formed by multiplying the previous term by the constant what amount. Meaning that this is 4. It means that for me to have the next number, I'm multiplying the what? The previous by the constant amount, which is the common what ratio. Suppose the common ratio is 2. What happens for me to get that? I'll multiply 4 times what? 2. I'll get what? 8. For me to get this one here, what am I doing? I'm multiplying the previous, which is 8, times again what? R, which is 2, which means 8 times 2 is what? 16. Again, for me to get this one, again I'm going to multiply again 16 by what? By 2, which means I'm going to get what? 32. So it means that this is what we're having. So we keep on multiplying, but for AP we were adding, but for GP we're supposed to what? To multiply. Are we okay there?
Yes.
Okay. But is zero or the first? Is zero? Okay. So now we use A for the first term and R for common ratio. Now this is the formula that we use for GP. So we're saying the formula for the nth term of a GP with the first term A and the common ratio R is this. So this is the formula that we're using. Now suppose you have T1 as the first term, T2 as second term, T3 as third term, T4 as fourth term, and continue. What happens? This T1 represents the what? The first term. So I'll say the first term A is equal to what? T1. Are we okay there? Yapa number 1 in A. Imagine, how do you find R? By R hapo. Now R is found by dividing. For us to find the next term, we're doing what? Multiplying. So imagine to find R, what do? We divide. We divide the next term, divide by the previous term. So we're dividing what? T2 divide by what? T1. It can be the same answer as dividing what? T3 divide by what? T2. It will be the same answer as dividing what? T4 divide by what? T3. That is how you find R. You find R by dividing ya next divide by ya muyu. Next, previous. So for us to find R, which is the common ratio, we're dividing T2 divide by what? T1. Or T3 divide by what? T2. Or T4 divided by what? T3, which is the same. We can also write as T2 divided by what? T1. It's the same as what? T3 divided by what? T2. It will be the same as what? T4 divided by what? T3. If you want, but tenga pocha be mozi. But nakamba divide in the same. So if you want, you can also divide in 9. It's okay. The answer will be what? The same. That's why the teacher equate to say it can be the same. The answer will be the same. The R will be the same. So the answer. Let's now proceed to the now example. Apakai kozi kukaba yes ngati yafika pacha pa sonta niboro misonta chabe kwa kulibe kukana hapa. You come and answer on the board. Okay, now let's look at that example there. Okay, so we're saying that for the GP 4 16 36 find 80th term. Okay, fine. Tifuna ya number 8 batipasa ko ya 3. Imagine if tifuna ya number shani 8. Now we'll use the formula, which is we know the formula is Tn is equal to AR to the power shani n minus 1. Imagine we are supposed to know what A. What is our A? Our A is the first number. What number is there? 4. What about R? Tizakamba mopezera R. So tizakamba to R is equal to 12 divide by what? 4. If you want, you can say 36 divided by what? 12. The answer will be the same. And if you divide, what are you getting?
3.
Very good. So our R in this case is what? 3. Then our N is not N, but find the A at 80. So N is equal to what? 8. Take on the number chani 8. Then design the formula again. Tn is equal to ARN minus 1. Then T what? 8. T8 8 is equal to what is the first term? 4 times what is R? 3 to the power chani 8 minus 1, which is 4 times 3 to the power 8 minus 1 is what? 7. Manje, we use the calculator. Get a calculator. 3 to the power 7 is equal to 3 times 7. No, this means that 4 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And 3 is 7. So manje, the calculator. Pari calculator, pari ka formula, ka symbol kaso, njeka power. So mutinize 3, then mutinize aka, izabwera ati 3 na kaso. Kaso kalipo. Then mutinize 7, then mutinize equals. Is that the first answer? What is that? 3 akaka power 7 equals what's that?
2000.
Just 1 put in 1 2187. What's my base here?
Yes.
Okay, then the same answer. Can you multiply it by what? By 4. Multiply the same answer by 4. What I get it?
8. 8.
Oh, number 8. 7, 4, 8. Indians. GP, calculator, paper 2. No, paper 2 comes minus GP. Takwaba. What's the one there? Okay. Taenda ukuwili nangu bagamba chani n is what? N formula. N is formula na eve A, you know, it's the same for question, but we are looking for n formula. You know 8, eh?
Yes.
A yatumizingati 4. R yatumizingati 3. But n is equal to what? N. Panipe bagamba but n is 10. So it means that pan n sitipa kapo vili bonse. So we are going to use the same formula, which is Tn is equal to what? Arn minus 1. T what? N. What is the first term? 4 times 3 to the power n minus 1. In the answer, if you want, you can just say T is equal to 4, my bracket, see, 3n minus 1, close. You can't multiply 4 times 3, 12 to the power n minus 1. Voila! You can't. Why? Because this one has got a power. This one has got no power. You cannot multiply 3 times a at 12 to the power x. No. You cannot have so chase. Multiply. It's more like the like terms. You cannot multiply them. But if it was 4 times 3, the answer is what? 12. Because the power is 1. The power is 1. Imagine the x power. What happens there? You cannot. Same as saying 4 times 3 to the power 2. You cannot say 12 squared. Where? Yes. Are we all okay there?
Yes.
Okay. Let's proceed to example number 2. At for the GP 128, 64, 32. Find the 11th what? 10. Different number 11. The first term. What is the first term there? 128. R, R, 64. Divide by what? 128. And what is 64? No. Apo manje, you're supposed to leave your answer in what? Fraction. Manje, start divide. 64 divided by 128. This is the answer. Yampasa 0.185. Very good. Pakakireta kuchinja into fraction for you to know. Mwende palika A, B stroke C. Tinizani konja, izabona to 1, chwa 2, like that. That means that it's what? 1 over 2, a fraction. 1 over 2. Yebo mochinja. Amena mtu makakireta. Muzazi wa mwanja. Ndipo change yako. Mwatika pale A, B stroke C. It will change to 1 or 2. So do not find your common ratio or do not write your common ratio in what? Decimals. You always have to leave it as what? Fraction. Tuliwaza hapo? Yes. N. Taita pale N. N ya tumizingati 11. Tifuna number 11. So tizaleba formula Tn is equal to AR to 1n minus 1. T what? 11. What is our first term? 1 times R 1 over 2 to the power 11 minus 1. Kai it's R to the power n minus 1. Our R is 1 over 2. J 1 over 2 to the power chani 11. Which we will proceed 128 times 1 over 2 to the power 1 minus 11 is what? 10. So manja katika mbati ma 1 over 2 yangati yani 10 manja. So hii yakwera so simple ikwera so kwa I'll continue with 128 times it is that to distribute my indices 1 to the power shani 10 over 2 to the power 10. Which is 128 times. What is 1 to the power 10? 1. Guys, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 10. What is that? 1. Very good. So say 1 over 2 to the power 10. Ili papa kile can find it. Ni mapina hiyo, not 2 times 10. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 matu ya 10, which is about 10 24 kasi 24. Hivyo 1024. Now, after finding that, we can try to divide. Inge now. Yes, sir. 2024 divided by 128. What is that? 0.15. The way. 1024 divided by 128. Oh, 8. 8. 8. So 128 into 128 is what? 1. 128 into 1028 is what? 8. So 1 times 1 is what? 1 over 8. Hii ndiye answer. Ndiye T11. Hapa mweze kwa. Okay. Yeye fundi. Zai mweza kwa inayo. I think zai mweza kwa pali so. Ifute ndamu ya mbele. Ifute again. Aka space kachepa chabe zai bwelera first. Zai bwelera, don't worry. Zai bwelera. Kaya paka space kachepa situmukai nachita so vachita vankara compressed like that. That's why vamchosa kwa kakai ina ngukai haro kainda na huko. Hapo pamena kwa haro naye muende kwa haro. Pakava. Vena nguva vachise muri mu WhatsApp group kai nangu simuna mvere mwende mutambe video kai nza mtumira. Okay, let's proceed. Now let's pay attention to the other one. Pacha mapoya watuza if x minus 2, x and x plus 3 are the first 3 terms of a GP, find the value of what? X. Pakaba. Takamba chabati x minus 2, x and what? X plus 3. Njema terms haya. Mwanayona kwa somo exam imabwe. 3 marks kaso unataka. Okay, manje by watuza to find the value of what? X. So tizakamba okay, E ni term number what? 1. E ni term number what? 2. E ni term number 3. Okay, let's find it the way we can find the common what? Ratio. What did we say for common ratio? Ni kusakira chani T2 over what? T1. Makumbuka uga? Nilipo. Is equal to ina kutinga pesa chani T3 divided by what? T2. Ndiye nilipo. Tadeka pamene pale. No need to replace pali T2, pali vichani x. So ndio kwa bacha x. Ndicho kwa hiyo. Over T1 pali vichani x minus 2 is equal to pali T3 pali vichani x plus 3 over pali T2 ni chani x. What do I do from there? You cross multiply. So E9. X times x, so it will be x times x nagwera, which is x minus 2 and another what? X plus 3. So x times x is what? X squared is equal to. So E, each time multiply E E ichita multiply E. Put again E ichita multiply E ichita multiply E. They want me to so example is x times x squared. The same x times positive 3. Positive 3x. Okay? So x3, but we start with the number which is 3x. In x, yes, negative 2. Negative 2 times x is what? Negative 2x. Negative 2 again times positive 3. Negative 6. Proceed. Continue. X squared is equal to what? X squared. What is 3x minus 2x? I'm like terms. In short, what is 3 minus 2? X, which is 1 what? X. Minus what? 6. Then we're going to collect the right term. You also have x here in the one side. Number is at the so E ibwera huku na ibwera huku. So it's that x squared. Inga chapwera huku is minus x squared. Again inga chapwera huku minus 1x is equal to what? Negative 6. Kai negative 6 is at the Then x squared minus x squared is what? 0. We remain with what? Negative 1x is equal to negative what? 6. Then you divide both sides by what? Negative 1. Now go negative 1. So that negative, positive. We remain with what? X is equal to negative 1 into negative 6. Positive 6. Nishasira hii. 3 marks. It comes from explain exam. Karibuni ufika kuli vene. Mkaribisha complain hapa. Kuna vene kucha. Basi na exercise. Yani zapoeza paketi futi. Wala. Hiyo bine au mwekisipita bine. Hiyo bine is not pass. It's not pass. Then before nikalipewa enda kuli vene. By the question in number B at the common what? Ratio. At the common ratio. Now, how do you find the common ratio? You go back at x minus 2x and what? X plus 3. You go and replace it. Pali x upake mpaka itizive manambers manje, manamba bwanje. Hapa pali x mpaka pocha 6 minus 2, 6 plus 3. 6 minus 2 is what? 4, comma what? 6, comma 6 plus 3 is what? 9. Fine. R is equal to what? 6 divided by what? 4. Which is R is the same as 6 over 4. Which means R is equal to what number can go into 6? 2. 2 there, 3. 2 there, 2. JR. Aha! Here we wrong. Nay, wrong. Now we are wrong. It has died. Everything has been.
So, sir, question was A na B 3 marks.
No, hapa hii sina sina. Kategori A na B hapa ima bora find the value of x, find hapa sibaza kufunza find the common ratio. Usikuna kuzi. Baza kufunza ina ngat find the sum. Kuli na sum. Question ni mozi kuna bonds.
Endo 3 marks.
No, hii bora kuyo almost 5 marks. Endo section A. Sunga jumpile. Pakaba.